everybody, welcome back to Podcasts and Such, where we are watching Mob Psycho 100, Season 3. I'm Jay.
And I'm Luke.
And today we'll be discussing Season 3, Episode 5, Divine Tree 2. Peace. Yeah. Oh, but before we get to that, no mail or anything today. But I feel like I have some fuel for the what is Teru's taste of fashion discourse.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit. And this comes from what was this, like season 2, episode 5, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just not since everybody keeps looking at things from like official art stuff from like magazines and whatnot, but they're not looking at the show, you know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. Let me grab this. Because I was looking this up for last week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's talking about all the different things they wore, and I remembered there's one more outfit than several more outfits that I listed for like just about every character we talked about. But so we got Teru. This is that moment where Dimple is snapping Mob out of the whole Mogami thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's thinking about Teru and Ritsu, and Teru is wearing a long sleeve shirt with some sort of acorn character on it.
Okay.
Now this doesn't appear in the manga anywhere, but you know, I'm sure Bones consults one about these choices. So I feel like with this tacky little character here, I feel this just adds to, I think that Teru genuinely likes the shirt he picked out for Mob.
Okay. That's also funny that they drew him with the cactus wig.
Yeah, like I don't think this. I don't know if this is like. When is this supposed to be exactly? Because it can't be any time before Teru's cactus wig got chopped off. So either
Right.
Teru does have another one, or this is just how Mob imagines Teru.
I think this is just how Studio Bones imagines Teru.
Yeah, they love that cactus wig.
It seems like anytime they have a say in the matter, they're putting the cactus wig back on.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I think Teru likes weird looking little characters on shirts and was like, yeah, you know, Mob will love this monkey shirt.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do love that they climax the episode with the monkey
with
shirt.
the monkey shirt, yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, what an episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we start out with Mob, you know, going into the tree. Dimple's telling him, look how popular I've made you, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Mob's not super down with that.
Yeah, it was a really interesting confrontation with him and Dimple there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should be concerned that sometimes when these like villains in shows like this show up, I don't necessarily 100% disagree with their arguments.
Yeah, you know, of the discussions we have off air and whatnot, sometimes I was just kind of like, I feel like I'm gonna have to like fight Luke on this a little bit.
Well, it's like,
yeah.
I mean, I do think there is a degree to which like freedom is some sort of virtue.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if it's the highest virtue. Like that seems to be how we treat it a lot of the time, right?
Right, yeah.
Like it's like, um, what good is, happiness or whatever if it's not freely chosen. But it
Mhm,
seems like whenever happiness is something that we can freely choose, a lot of the time we don't choose it, you know?
mhm. Interesting.
And so, yeah, I don't know. Well, and to be fair, that doesn't mean I think Dimple is like based, because I don't think Dimple is the kind of supreme leader that a people would actually benefit from, because he just wants power.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, and as he said, he's kind of given his speech about, ah, yeah, I got to put these people on the right path, and Mob goes, well, okay, what is the right path? And he just goes, yeah, playing this by ear.
Right. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
it's not a case for Dimple for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Sometimes I question like that narrative around like free choice and whatnot, because it's I don't know. If we were insured the things that we need, you know, to thrive or whatever, at the expense of some amount of free choice, which seems like that's the trade-off, right?
Yeah.
To be insured these things, like to have like a proper like socialist or communist or whatever regime, there would be some sort of trade-off as far as what you as an individual can do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess wow, we're just going into this, I guess. I think every system, no matter what, nobody is truly free.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
with your means, with your even down to like biology or whatever, I don't have the freedom to have a 10-foot vertical leap because
Sure.
my
Yeah.
legs aren't that strong and never will be.
That
So yeah, just yeah.
that's true, and like, even pre-brainwashing by Dimple, I mean, how free were these individuals in the first place, right? Because there's
Yeah,
so
well,
many influences in our spheres, it's a real question as to whether or not like, um we're just reacting to influential uh influential influences. I don't know.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Even Dimple brought that up. He said like something along the lines of, "Let's see, been taking screenshots as taking notes these days now."
Nice, nice.
Um. Oh yeah. That there's already like societal rules that bind you anyways,
Mhm.
and that you
Right.
have almost no choice as to go along with it, and most people just fall in line with it without incident.
Right, right. Like, I don't think that the average person thinks deeply enough about, like, their own, um, values, like, ethically or socially or whatever,
Mhm.
to have a discernible, like, personal, like, ethic or something that is purely, um self-imposed. I think a lot of the times the argument that people bring up all the time about like, if you're born into a certain region, you're probably going to have certain values and stuff. I think that's
Mhm.
basically true. I don't think it's necessary. Like, I don't think it's impossible to break out of,
Oh yeah.
but it seems like that's, true at a base level, maybe.
I see. I see. Yeah. Well, I guess here, Mob certainly values freedom and all that. And a lot of people have been comparing this to his first confrontation with Dimple, the
Hmm.
LOL cuts,
Yeah, yeah.
and how back then he was all, I don't want to ruin everyone's good time.
Hmm.
But here he has a more of an identity and more of a moral fiber to him, where he is
Hmm.
like, yeah, think brainwashing's wrong. I am gonna ruin everybody's fun. I don't care.
Right, right. It does add an element that within sort of this fantasy narrative, it's very obtuse. Like it's very obvious that there's this supernatural force behind these people believing what they believe, and it's very
Yeah.
clearly not their choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so I guess that makes it easier because it paints it in a darker shade, a more concrete. Like you can take it apart and be like, oh yeah, it's probably not good that people are only people are only happy because they've ingested some sort of uh divine magic or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, and definitely. And even the show has Dimple ask many times of Mob. He's like, "Hey, Mob, or Shigeo, man, tell me what I'm doing wrong here."
Mhm.
you know?
Right. And the difficulty is that Mob can't really express that, right? Like
Right, right,
I don't recall him giving a really solid treatise on why free will is so important.
right. Well, Luke, if Mob could do that, that would answer a lot of philosophy questions that people have been asking forever.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Man, one. Wow, you really tackled that one.
Again, not to say that free will isn't important,
Yeah, yeah.
it's just not obvious to me that free will is like the ultimate deciding factor. Es-
Understandable. Yeah.
Especially if you're operating out of some like utilitarian mindset, right? Where it's like
hmm
we want to increase the amount of happiness and decrease the amount of suffering in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like Dimple did that.
Yeah, in some ways he has, well, and and even he was unaware of the destruction that the broccoli was causing. Mob had to like point that out to him, and Dimple was like genuinely surprised that the roots were destroying the city. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
dang. Well, we'll clean that up. It's fine. It's fine. We're good.
Yeah, well, true, but if you can create a populace that doesn't care about their city being infested by roots, does the
mm.
city being infested by roots still present a problem?
Well, it's structural integrity of buildings. People will get hurt by the buildings
Sure, I mean, obviously
crumbling.
obviously you gotta make it safe, but, like,
Yeah.
if they could build around the roots or et cetera,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if if
Yeah, I
if
get you.
that's
Yeah.
a if that's a problem that can be solved,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
it's interesting that Mob is very much the, like, the force of, like, the sort of liberal, choice model.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
Also, can we take a moment to say that I don't know if this is how they explained it in the manga?
Yeah.
I feel like last episode, maybe you were just doing a good job of not spoiling or whatever, but,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
um, the explanation they gave for why Reagan became brainwashed
Oh,
was
yeah, you
really
see,
really
I
dumb.
I genuinely forgot that that's how they explained it. That is the way they explained it in the manga too, and like I said, they didn't have Reagan point out the candy in the manga,
Mhm,
and then they go ahead and explain the candy again here.
mhm.
I feel like so we didn't need to get that explained to us twice, I think,
Sure,
or
sure.
whatever. Yeah, so yeah, it's the phase 2. It's sort of at that
Like, they
almost infectious point, but not quite as viral as it becomes. But yeah, it's
they
phase 2. You
base
just got swept away.
yeah, they basically just said that Reagan's a sheep.
I saw many people say that, Reagan is great at reading the room, and he read the room a little too hard. But again, I think there is a supernatural fervor to this. It's not just It's
Sure,
not
there
just him getting swept up in it like a regular person. I think there's a
yeah.
supernatural
I guess
miasma.
yeah, I guess the most generous reading of their explanation for why Reagan, got brainwashed is that, like, this is some sort of supernatural social contagion sort of
Yes,
thing.
yeah. Yeah,
Like, as the brainwashing grows in power within the individuals, it can sort of overtake individuals who haven't even ingested or touched the tree because of its, like, contagious
exactly.
nature.
Yeah.
But the way they worded it just sounded like, "Yeah, Reagan's a freaking sheep."
Yeah, you know, Reagan's a normie, we all know it. He was a meme on Twitter one time, and he was a little embarrassed that he wasn't a part of it, and he's just like, "You
Yeah,
know what, Mom? Maybe it's alright.
yeah. It
Maybe
sounded
we're
very
fine."
it sounded very much like it was just like, "Oh, everybody's doing this? I guess I should get on board."
Yeah. All the cool kids are doing it. Which is
Yeah.
like I like how much I think both Cheru and Dimple when talking to Mob about it, like they keep going, and by the way, Ritsu and Reagan are part of this.
Mhm.
They mentioned that at least like 2 or 3 times. Like,
Yeah.
come on, Mob, all the cool kids are doing it.
Right. And so Mob is being portrayed now as, like, having a little bit more of, like, a backbone, I guess, having a little bit more of
Yeah.
a sense of, like, individual morality.
Yeah.
They still don't really, to me, explain or show, like, why he's developed that.
I mean, he's kind of we kind of saw it throughout. I'd say, season 2 or whatever.
Mhm.
He's no longer don't use your powers on people like at all times here.
Mhm. Oh, no.
He's kind of developed his own like kind of I know when to use my powers
Mhm.
or whatever. He's no longer like in Reagan's shadow. That was Reagan's rule that he gave to him. But now
Mhm.
he knows when to fight and when not to fight.
Okay. And so you think that because he's sort of garnered this self-determination, the natural maybe or response to that has been to believe that such determination is necessary for all peoples, like it's a universal sort of need to be free to make your own choices.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably part of it.
Okay.
And again, just I don't know, just random brainwashing like that. Maybe not a good thing.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, man. It's
And
it's
again,
a,
like Dimple doesn't have a great like vision for humanity other than them liking him
this is true. Yeah,
and
I'm
worshiping him.
again would not argue that Dimple is the supreme leader we need.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, this is the first time Mob has had an opponent that he already knows.
Mhm.
Both Dimple and Teru here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Teru has befallen to the brainwashing as well.
That was a weird part though, because like at one point Dimple said that I mean, I guess Dimple could be lying, but Dimple said that he wasn't under the influence.
Mm, I think he said. I don't know if there's some kind of like both direct and indirect control that he's having here. Like,
Mhm.
I guess everybody is real hype about the divine tree. That's part of the brainwashing, but he's
Mhm.
not controlling their every single action, I suppose.
Right.
And
Okay.
maybe and I think he can maybe in some
Mhm.
instances with like Reagan saying, "You're not winning if you're not having fun." To
Mhm.
Mob, that
Mhm.
seems to be like a direct influential thing.
Okay.
Uh, but I think here he's just like, nah, man, he just likes the tree a lot. The divine tree.
Right,
I
right.
like that Mob throughout this whole season has never once called it the divine tree. He just keeps calling it the broccoli.
The broccoli, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's what it is to him. He doesn't believe in it, you know?
Yeah, he's agnostic about the divinity of the tree.
I don't think he's agnostic about it. I think he's atheistic about it. He's
Oh,
like,
okay.
no, I don't think this tree is divine at all. I made the tree. I know where it came from.
That's true, I guess.
Yeah, Mom made the tree. No, he knows.
You think Mob's been hanging out on r/atheism?
Yeah, you know. Checkmate. Christian.
Do you think Mob's gonna take down the divine tree with facts and logic?
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Hold on. I gotta find this post, Dimple. I gotta find this. I saw a really good meme today.
Yeah.
Yeah. The God delusion, Dimple. Ever heard of it?
Yeah. Yeah, Richard Dawkins.
uh, yeah. So yeah, he fights Teru. That's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that is cool, and Teru is, you know, one of the more fun, like, combat psychics, I guess, you know?
Oh yeah.
He's always got cool moves.
Yeah. I kind of like when they well, like I didn't understand this the first time I saw this scene, but they went on the side of the
Mhm.
broccoli to fight, and then
Mhm.
that's where he stunned him and then jumped down. It's like a cool moment of anti-gravity there. That was cool.
Yeah, that was neat. Yeah.
Yeah. But then Mob gets sucked down by those roots or whatever. Gets
Mhm.
blasted into the floor. But then he blasts out of it and
Mhm.
sends Teru flying. Where he's like, "Man, you really are amazing."
Yeah, Mob was killing it, even though, you know, Dimple was, like, draining his powers with the tree and everything.
Yeah, and Dimple goes against your infinite energy power theory about Mob.
I don't think he does, because he's claiming that Mob has finite energy, but he's drained him of so much energy, and yet there's still more energy to drain, and
Oh
he's
yeah, no,
at
I'm just saying that Dimple is saying that his energies are finite while your theory is that it's infinite.
right, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Dimple is saying that. He says a lot of things, you know, some of it less based than others, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think he's wrong on this point, and you know, Mob's increasing energy as he gets closer to 100% seems to, you know, be illustrating that
Mhm.
that even when, like, Dimple thinks that he's drained most of Mob's energy, somehow there's still more energy.
Right. Yeah.
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 I do love that the 100% is triggered by Dimple
By the
calling
shirt.
his shirt lame.
Yeah. With that lame shirt.
It's like, you can beat me up, throw me around, brainwash all my friends and family, but you call my shirt lame, and it is on.
I'll have you know, Hanazawa picked out this shirt for me, and he's like my best
Yeah,
friend. Like, come
there
on.
you go.
Yeah, what do you know, we'll probably get like a title card of emotion here. What emotion do you think this has elicited?
Offended.
Offended.
100% offended.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
He hurt my feelings. Said my shirt was lame.
Uh, well, I think, Bob does care about Dimple. He's been holding back this whole
Ag
time.
Against all odds, because it's like, what has Dimple done for anyone?
I mean, he protected his body while he was inside Mogami. He broke him out of Mogami.
Yeah, but
Uh,
this was all a long con to get to where we are now.
true, true. Well, I'll give you that.
He was like he was trying to go the path of, I guess, less resistance by trying to gain Mob's trust so that Mob would eventually just, get on board with the whole become a god plan.
Mhm.
But he underestimated how much Mob is incapable of such aspirations.
Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting between the two of them talking about all these he's kind of like Shigeo, from the beginning these were my aspirations and you're here to just crap all over my dreams.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he went really hard on the Tsubomi thing,
Yeah, yeah.
and also set Tsubomi up as this sort of like beacon of self-determination or something like that. Like he was almost ascribing to her some like Nietzschean sense of morality, where she's like she's completely self-determined and doesn't play by anyone else's rules or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he says that she knows what she wants and what she doesn't want. Uh
Yeah,
and much like Masato and Tomei before keep kind of giving him the whole yeah, sorry, you have zero shot with her unless you do the thing I want you to do.
right, right.
Become a god Shigeo. She'll like you then.
Yeah, that was weird. And then like I didn't know what to make of that whole section on Tsubomi because, we haven't spent enough time with her to know if that's true.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if he wanted to convince Mob that absolutely you should go along with this psycho helmet thing, I feel like he would have just said, "Hey, Mob, or Shigeo, she loves the psycho helmet. It always has, like."
Sure. Um yeah, I guess maybe if you want to go devious with it, he is playing to Mob's sense of like self-determination as a virtue.
Okay. Mm.
And saying Tsubomi is this way and therefore you need to accrue power to impress her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little interesting sequence, getting a little more about her,
Yeah. But
but she
Mob
is
just
still succumbed.
Mob just wants to be popular.
Not like this.
Yeah,
Yeah, but not like this.
I guess not.
Yeah, well, it's like you hear them clapping for you. Nobody's ever clapped for you, Shigeo. He's like,
Yeah.
"No, I don't like it."
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Very very popular panel there was the your words, your actions, they're all fake.
Yeah, phony.
This isn't you. Yeah,
They're all phony.
yeah, they're all phony.
Yeah.
It's always interesting the difference between wordings because, like I said, I've been watching it both subbed and dubbed.
Mhm.
So yeah, they said like fake there instead of phony. Or is that what they said in the sub, or am I remembering the manga panel? I can't remember.
They said phony in the sub or in the dub,
The
sorry.
dub. Yeah, yeah, I know they said phony in the dub. I can't remember what they said in the sub. But yeah.
You're a phony.
You're a phony.
Going all catcher in their eye on him, you know.
Yeah, man. Mob's favorite book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all those broccoli
Mhm.
psycho helmets. That the green. That's how I thought
Yeah.
Lord Psycho helmet looks. You know, that's how I thought he
Yeah.
was gonna look, but you know, and then he's skin colored.
I
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I was like, "Hey, Jay finally gets her green
Yeah.
psycho helmets."
Yeah, that's how a psycho is supposed to look. He's supposed to be green. At least in my
Eh,
mind he was, that they were all just like looking at this green guy and going, wow, he looks so much like Hayayama.
yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think so. Somebody say, like, you know, every night Dimple meticulously paints the entire broccoli.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird how he gets it that color, but whatever.
Yeah, you know, whatever. I'll let him have this.
Yeah.
Then we get golden god Dimple.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then Dimple
No,
was doing, like, a
God.
weird voice.
That's kind of how he sounded at the Psycho. No, not Psycho. Sorry, the LOL cult when he
Yeah.
first revealed himself to be an evil spirit.
Yeah.
We got Mob slapping him around much like he did back in episode 4 when he first saw Temple as his little tiny ghost form.
That was funny.
Yeah,
That was really good. Had a good
go a
chuckle
good
there.
slap. Yeah, I just like how Temple just like grabs his wrist and goes, "Whoa, hold on, foul, no."
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know why Mob doesn't just, like, exercise him or whatever.
Well,
I
I
guess
mean,
he's
again, he says it himself. He is holding back here,
mhm.
or at least was before he's hit 100% now.
Yeah,
But
he said 100%, so we'll see what sort of terror making fun of Mob shirt unleashes.
yeah, man. Yeah,
It's a lame shirt.
so it's a lame shirt.
Lame shirt for
Not
a lame dude.
not for Teru though.
Yeah,
Teru loves the shirt.
that's true. I mean, Ta Taylor's just so effortlessly cool, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, he can pull it off.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mob needs a little more help.
Yeah, when we that face he makes at the end is lifted straight from the manga.
Look at this sad boy. It's my favorite manga panel.
It's a fantastic manga panel. But yeah, here's a double telling him his shirt's lame.
That shirt is so lame.
By the way, those ripped sleeves aren't from the blast. The sleeves were just like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess we hadn't seen it without, like, a jacket over it.
Yeah, so in the manga he doesn't wear a jacket in that scene.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so he just walked to the park with no jacket on, just the
Mhm,
monkey shirt.
mhm.
Yeah, and the sleeves are ripped then too. So
Interesting.
it's not just a monkey t-shirt with a collar, it's a ripped sleeve monkey t-shirt with a collar.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Truly a fashion icon.
Yes. He'll do it. He'll become an icon.
Nice.
Oh, and I like the little monkey noise they made whenever they zoomed in on the shirt.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
So, do you want to know the? Well, you listened to the name of the next episode, but I'll say it.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I know it was
Divine
Divine Tree 3, but I forgot. Dimple is? Is that what it
Dimple
is?
is. Yeah. Do you want to take a crack finishing that sentence?
Dimple is based.
I'm sure that's what Mob will say next episode about
Yeah.
Dimple. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Dimple
Yeah.
is crazy. Dimple's a freaking lunatic. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
Dimple is about to get the crap beaten out of him.
Oh yeah, that could be it.
I I did not anticipate this being this is sort of I mean, the seasons are only like 10 episodes long, right? Maybe 13. I
12.
can't remember. 12. Okay.
Well, so 12 for season 1, 13 for season 2, and I've seen some people say there's been a reliable source that has said that this season will be 12, but we're not like 1,000% sure yet, you know. But
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, this Divine Tree arc is taking up a much larger portion of the season than I anticipated.
Yeah, I feel like this is well, okay, so World Domination arc, the finale of season 2, that
Mhm.
was, I believe, uh 9, 10, 11, and 12. Yeah, so four episodes is the longest any arc has been.
Right. And
Yeah.
so, like, I'm not saying it's particularly long. I'm just saying it's like it's interesting because again, like I said at the finale of the second season, it just seemed like that was the place to wrap up, and I wasn't sure
Mm.
where the story would go from here. And
Yes, yeah.
so it's been interesting that Dimple has sort of become the villain, but I guess we're only halfway through the season, so
Yeah.
ostensibly they can set up like one more major confrontation if Mob cleans up this confrontation in like the next episode or two.
Yeah.
So,
Correct.
but that was interesting to me. I was like, oh, okay, so this is almost turning out to be the big thing. I guess I don't really know if we go somewhere else
Mhm.
by the end of the season, but this is turning out to be a significant portion of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, three whole episodes here. Yeah,
Yeah.
most of our arcs have been like two episodes.
Hmm. Well, and then
Yeah.
like even arguably the Divine Tree arc has been going on since like episode 2, right? Like
Yeah, they well, even episode 1 they were talking
yeah.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
this has been kind of the arc of the season so far,
Hmm.
with it being like slightly in focus but also out of focus. Yeah, I think this is the first time we've really had like an element like that just be like in the background of each episode.
Hmm.
Uh yeah, because almost everything's been so like immediate. Like they didn't hint that there's going to be a thing about like Mogami or whatever. They didn't hint. They didn't even hint at like world domination, except like right at the very end of season 1 with
Hmm.
Toichiro. But they didn't
Right.
bring him up again until he physically showed up again. But this
Right.
is the first
Right.
time we had like kind of a slow build up to this.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Like I figured that the claw boss was going to show up at some point, and that was going to be a major finale sort of thing for season 2. But it's like the claw boss wasn't looming in quite the same way the Divine Tree has been
Yeah,
looming.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, well, it is a big old honking piece of broccoli in the middle of a city, so.
Yeah, and
But yeah.
really the Psycho Helmet piece of it has been around for most of the show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, since episode 3, yeah.
So this
Well, 3 or 4. Yeah.
this does feel in some way like a culmination of a lot of threads that have been present.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's very wow, the show's ending sort of
Mhm.
stuff. No,
Yeah.
you can only do this stuff with all the stuff that's happened before, Love it.
Right, right. So Dimple is
Dimple is. We will find
cool.
out what that means. Who says it? Who doesn't say it?
Dimple smells
Good.
good.
Mr. Krabs is
Did
I
you
tried to
try?
do the dolphin. I
You
can't do the dolphin noise.
okay. I don't think I can either. I haven't tried.
Yeah. I'll have to go dig up that dolphin noise now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Good stuff.
good stuff. Yeah, Mob Psycho
Yep.
103.
103. Yeah. Hat on a hat. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I could wrap up if there's. Well, oh wait. So you got to see the ending theme
Oh yeah,
this
yeah.
time. Yes,
Yeah.
Cobalt is what it's
So
called.
so from what I gathered, it's Mob waking up kind of like before dawn to go run.
Yeah. So I saw some people interpret it as that's like a daily thing for him, or is it him just waking up in the middle of the night and going, "Man, I just feel like walking around the city a bit."
Um I pictured it as like a daily routine thing, especially
Okay.
if it's supposed to mirror the Reagan daily routine uh
Okay. Yeah.
ending theme that we saw previously.
Oh
And
yeah. It definitely could.
I guess I don't know. I didn't get the vibe from it that it was Mob like distressed or something. Like it was Mob. Like I can't
Mm.
sleep. I need to walk or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I got the sense that this was supposed to be a sign of determination.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
He's getting up before the sun to
Mm.
improve himself and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is a good interpretation. Um yeah, I like how it's such a pretty ending theme, like
Hmm.
just like all those like night shots are so good.
Hmm.
But like I said, I feel like they kind of waste a little bit of time with some like those abstract swirls or whatever where I'm kind of like, "Oh, I kind of wish we could get a little more insight about Mob or something," but that's
Sure,
fine.
sure. Yeah. They cut out all the places where he was reading Plato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
They,
usually Mobs like goes to goes to sleep and with the Republic on his nightstand.
yeah, exactly. As all of us do, you know?
Yeah,
Bedside table.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just in case you wake up with like night terrors and go like, "What is justice?" Gotta gotta
Yeah,
read some Plato.
that's what Mob does every night.
Good on him. That's
Yeah, yeah.
self-improvement right there.
Oh yeah. So you don't just improve the body, improve the mind.
Yeah.
Amongst those books on his bookshelf in that
Uh-huh.
episode with Emmy and all that,
Mhm.
were what was it? It was weightlifting solves everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And he had two books from the How to Read series. One of them said How to Read the Room, or it was either How to Read the Room or How to Read People Better or something like that. And the
Mhm.
other one was How to Read Novels. And I
Oh,
can't
nice.
decide if he got it because Emmy was like, "Your literary criticism is not up to snuff, Kageyama," or if he got
Oh,
that
yeah.
beforehand and only got a little bit into it and was just like, "Oh man, I didn't read enough of that book to understand Emmy's novel. You used a lot of words. Good on ya."
Yeah. I kind of like the headcanon, that he was embarrassed by her poor reaction to his literary knowledge, and he decided he was gonna learn how to read novels or whatever.
Yeah. So
I like that.
yes. I think that's why he got that.
That's
And I
cool.
think the other one was like how to grow like vegetables or something. Because yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Well, growing vegetables is important.
yeah. Well, it's because it's the same episode as the scarecrow and him growing the tomato
Oh,
plant that didn't taste good. Yeah,
and eventually receiving the broccoli seeds that would
yeah. That would later become the divine tree.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's all coming
It's
together.
all coming together, man.
I just want Emmy to come back.
Yeah, we did see her 2 episodes ago or so. Yeah,
Yeah,
2 episodes ago, yeah.
yeah.
And wasn't that just a transcendent moment? Just really gonna go in the anime Hall of Fame.
I felt more about it than I did with Tsubomi.
Thank you for listening to podcasts and such. Join us next week as we watch Mob Psycho 100 Season 3, Episode 6. See you then.
Bye.